What's up everybody, welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and welcome to, as you can see, Daniel 2008's Spiel 2022 preview picks. Yeah, that's how it is. So yeah, this is my little preview of the board games that I will be checking out at Spiel, or however, at Essen. And some of them I will most definitely bring home with me. So yeah, after a long time we are going back to the Essen, and I can't be more thrilled about it because the stuff that happened in the world and everything, apparently if you mention it in your YouTube videos you get demonetized or stuff like that, so you know who I'm talking about. I missed 2020, there was no one. 2021 I didn't go, and now finally it's 2022 and we have everything set up. Tomorrow, or depends when you are watching this, but for me tomorrow, our apartment where we are going to be staying the same place as in the 2019 is going to be paid for. Everything is going to be paid for. That means that we are 100% going and nothing can stop us. So without further ado, let me just quickly, or I don't know how long this video will take, but let's just quickly go through all the games that caught my attention for some reason. And for some of them I'm going to talk a little bit more, maybe because I know more about some of these games. I don't know very much about, but they just caught my eye. Is it the artwork? Is it the publisher? Whatever. And so I wanted to mention them. You will hear a lot ugly Euro or dry Euro games. That doesn't mean I don't like them. I actually very much enjoy all these brown hues of Euro games. So yeah, first thing first is 12 Rivers from BG Nation. This one caught my attention because if I open it like this, let me just check it out if you can see that. Yeah, you can see. Awesome. Okay, so this one caught my attention because it has this I don't know how to call it. Is it like a plinko, like a marble run thing going on, where these marbles will go here and you will remove these things. As you can see from here, it's maybe a little bit better. Let me try to zoom in. And those marbles will travel down here. They will be probably stopped by some of these things. I don't know what are you doing in this one, but I just saw that mechanic and it looked very much different, very much unique. So I really wanted to check it out and see what it's all about. It's weird, and I like weird. I like when I see something that's new, that's different. I really want to check it out and see what is it all about. The next up, I am like a girl can hope, right? That they will probably, most definitely will not have an English copy of Robin Hood, The Adventures of Robin Hood, Friar Tuck expansion. So this is German edition. That's not going to work for me because I speak a little bit of German, but not nearly enough to understand what would be happening in the game. If you are maybe not familiar, there's currently a gameplay session running on my channel. I think we are one last game away from finishing the scenarios from the main box, and I will probably do a little bit of review of that game when I'm done with it. But I enjoyed thoroughly all of that, so go check out those videos. They received so less views than I hoped for that it's just criminal, but it is what it is. I think people probably don't want to get spoiled because some of these stuff, will spoil maybe the story for you, but there are multiple venues that you can go through in the scenario, so maybe I just did one of them. So yeah, basically Robin Hood, Friar Tuck, I'm going to go there and hope that they might brought some English copies with them, but I sincerely doubt it will happen. Next one is of course that one for Cosmos. Next one is from Spiel das Verlag, and the game is called Aiolos, and basically you are racing your ships and whatnot, and it looks really cute. But the thing that caught my attention the most, besides the board itself, because it looks like super with bright colors and I like it, but I like when the games have like your own personal player board that you can do stuff on it, store gems or whatever. So I like when we have something like this in games. So that's why it caught my attention. And there's lots of Greek or Roman themed games this year, and I really haven't seen much of those. I mean, I did, but not so much that caught my attention, maybe a few of them. So I want to explore that area more because I like it. I like all the mythology and everything surrounding that, all the, like Roman legions, stuff like that. So Aiolos, a ship racing game, if I'm not mistaken, or it says build settlements, so maybe it caught my attention because of that, because I like when you build stuff, actually. Ion's End, Legacy of Gravehold is, if I'm not mistaken, legacy games, yes, legacy elements with an immersive branching narrative. Aeon's End is a game that I wanted to check out for so long, but I just didn't get my hands on a copy of it. And when I do, I will definitely film a review because I think this is a really cool deck builder. At least it looks like that. And this one has like this legacy element, so and it can play solo. So I guess if I play it on a channel, most people will not view it because they don't want to get spoiled because it's the legacy stuff. But I really have a huge interest in this one. Maybe in the normal version also, but we're going to have to see. The next one is Acropolis from Gigamic, and this is basically you are building like a settlements of sorts with these hexagonal tiles. And of course, as soon as I see stuff like this, I am hooked 100%. You know, and you can build on top of other stuff, you know, change things. It reminded me a little bit of what's the game called? Ginkopolis, where you are building over the stuff and trying to break or connect some of these territories in a bigger or smaller sections, stuff like that. So that one caught my attention because it just look how pretty this looks. I just love it, and it looked like it's pretty simple game but fun. So I want to check that one out. Next one is Amun Re from Redcat Games, and unfortunately this one is just going to be a demo, but still I want to check it out because it looks like an interesting game. It is let me just check it out a little bit just to show you a few pictures. Yeah, there's no pictures. It was just something hit me, something that was interesting to me. I think this is a reprint of an older game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, re-implements Amun Re, the game of the same name. But this is 20th anniversary edition, yeah. So I want to check it out for that reason. Arabella from 2D6EE or SideQuest Games. It is 18xx playable in an hour. And it is only a demo. There will not be probably availability to purchase it, but what I like about it is that says 18xx playable in an hour, and I like train games. And I don't mean like a Ticket to Ride. I mean like games that like involve a little bit more, not just connecting from one location to another, and that's that. Nothing that's anything wrong with it. So, but I like more of like an economy thing going on in those train games. And this one looked really interesting. It has a little cat on it. I mean, who doesn't like that, right? So next up is Astra from Mind Clash Games. And do I need to say more? I think if you're on this channel for some time now, and even if I move myself like over here, you will see that I have Mind Clash Games proudly displayed because I just love Mind Clash Games and their production. The only game from them that I played and that I kind of think it's okay, but it's just not for me, is that one with the magic show. Everyone likes it, but for some reason it doesn't sit with me. But still, doesn't mean it's a bad game, of course. But Mind Clash Games, Anachrony, best game ever played. I also have, as I already mentioned, Perseverance episodes 1 and 2, which I still have to film some kind of review for it, but these games are so huge. There's so much going on in there. And I really want to show it to you. I promise I will in the future. It's a great game. You really want to know more about it. And yeah, that's that. Then again, Redcat Games with their Autobahn. This is sort of like a professional deformation a little bit because I went into engineering school. I never finished college though. I was too lazy and in a completely wrong company of people who valued more fun than learning. And I was like that. Let's not lie about it. So yeah, but still, I like the games where you are building something, that being roads, cities, railways, whatever. I just, even if it looks like a little bit of abstract more of a building, like you do put some roads and all that, but I like building stuff in games. I don't know why, but it's just so satisfying, and that's why I want to check it out. From Albi, we have Ballada. Bards record epic heroes' journeys. It sounded interesting. I didn't learn much about it from that, but it looked reasonably priced, only 16 euros. I think it's a card game that goes from 1 to 6 players. Artwork looks cool, kind of not like nothing that will explode your mind, but it looks really interesting, and I thought I will check it out because you are a bard. I think you are singing about all the epic heroes and stuff going on. Probably says it over here, but I don't know. It looked interesting. So then we have Barracuda from Helvetic. Helvetic has this set of small games, and Barracuda looks interesting because it's really weird. It's weird. It's Barracuda, and it's it says over here, what does it say? Divers compete to find gold coins while a barracuda lurks around. So it just sounded interesting, sounded a little bit weird, and for a reasonable price. So I definitely wanted to check it out because weird is always plus in my book. And the next thing is a Studio Midhall with their Beast. This one I like just from this tag. Hunters cooperate to track and take down ancient beasts threatening their settlements. I don't know, it just feels so compelling to me that there is no like a really awesome cooperative game where you are hunting, like you are small hunters and you are hunting like these huge beasts, maybe something. I don't know, maybe there is, but I completely missed on it or can't remember it right now. But the Beast got me just for that. The hunters are trying to cooperate and catch and hunt the beasts. That's probably way stronger. So it just sounded interesting to me. Next one is BYR Games. Be Your, something like that. I don't know what this stands for. I thought I knew, but I don't know right now. The Belgian Beers race. Heard good things about it. Didn't have a chance to try it, so I wanted to check it out, see if 3 days of racing through Belgium and its breweries. I'm not much of a beer fan itself. I drink beer from occasion to occasion, but I just wanted to check it out because I heard the good things about it, and I think it could be something that I would really enjoy. Beyond the Rift, a Perdition's Mouth card game from Dragon Dawn Productions. This is a cooperative adventure card game. Again, another cooperative game. I always love those because sometimes you think like this game, okay, it's cooperative, but it looks like really hard, but then it turns out it's really light, and I like to bring that one to when I go to play with my wife's sister and her boyfriend, because he's not that much into board games. I mean, he plays board games because 3 of us likes board games, so I usually tend to be on the lookout for board games that are easy for him to understand, because he's not really keen to learn like complicated stuff. So I don't know is this complicated or not, but it looked interesting. You're cooperatively adventuring around, and it says skill intensive, so it might be not for him, but still I want to try it out. Then we have Bitoku, and I only heard good things about it, and it looks interesting, looks really nice. Artwork is just beautiful. I mean, you probably saw it, but let me just show you how the artwork looks on this one. It looks super busy, which is fine in my book, because I like when the games are like this, when this attack of colors happens, so to say, and I just like it. It looks super busy, it looks like so much information, and probably once you know the rules, once you know how the game plays, this is like super easy to read what's going on. And it has the most beautiful wooden component that I just saw. Let me just go back to the images, and I think it was, where are you, that elk or whatever it is, and it's not these, but still, no, it's not these. I don't know, it had some really cool miniatures. So if I go on this page, I think I will see it right away. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, this guy. Check it out. I mean, this is probably a Kickstarter edition or some deluxe edition, probably, I'm not sure, but it just looks so awesome. even if just the regular wooden component. I don't know, Bitoku, I heard the good things about it. I want to check it out. Also, Block and Key, that's one of those from Inside Up Games. That's one of those, as I said, weird games that have some weird mechanics. Like these have like this 3D stacking thing going on, and you do something up here, then something down here happens, or I'm not really sure. I have to explore a little bit more about it, but I'm immediately interested when I see stuff like this, like a 3D Tetris going on thing. It just looks interesting, and I want to know more. I want to explore this game even more and see how it works. It's just something that looks very interesting to me. Then we have a Second Gate Games and their Cactus Town. It sounded fun. Various parties go for their own objectives in this chase and escape programming game. I like programming games, and they have all kinds of little different expansions, and they have some really cool miniatures that I really wish to paint up on my channel if possible. And I believe, as I see from these pictures, they don't come painted, or maybe they even come pre-painted, which would be sad because I really want to paint them, but they look so freakishly cool. I want to check them out and paint them out. That's what I tried to say. So Cactus with all its expansions, everything looks super interesting to me. Not sure if I'm going to bring all of that or some of that or none of that. We'll have to see. Next up, Cafe from Pythagoras. It is place cards efficiently to process and deliver coffee in early 20th century Portugal. The artwork got me. The artwork looks really cool, and that's why I was automatically interested in this game. And I know it looks like regular nothing, but I don't know, for some reason I really like how it reads. And it has this thing, the game, there was that game where you were overlapping cards, Honshu. The Honshu game, and I really like Honshu games, so this one just looks interesting to me. Yeah, this is just some promo artwork, but it's so clear, it's so interesting. I mean, it's not breathtaking artwork, but it just, I don't know, I want to know more about this game for some reason, and this cover just looks wonderful. Then we have Cairn, or however this is pronounced, I'm not really sure, from Matagot. It's a tactical duel between tribal shamans on an evolving board, and that's the part that got me. On an evolving board, because it's a two-player game, of course, that I can play against Slaven as usual, as I play a game against him. And I don't know, it sounded interesting, this evolving board thing. It looks like some sort of like a chess thing going on. So my father is a big fan of chess. He used to play it back in time. These days not so much, but I kind of don't like chess, but I would like to play some board games with him. So I think that he might be even interested in this one, if it's simple enough to understand. Then we have Caldera Park from Deep Print Games, and take care of an animals in your park. And it just looked different, interesting. It gave me those Cascadia vibes things. I know it's not like that. It's probably nothing like that, but it just gave me those vibes, and I like Cascadia. And Anna, if you no, you don't listen our podcast because it's on Croatian. Maybe some of you who understand Croatian do listen us on our podcast. But yeah, she told me that I actually don't like games with animals, and I wanted to prove her wrong because this one looks interesting, so I put it on my list. Next up, we have Funtails, and they do awesome stuff. I still have to review their game with like 8 different little expansions. The Glenmore 2. So that one is going to happen eventually when I'm able to play all those, because I want to like create videos for every of those little expansions, rank them up, what I think about them, stuff like that. So Caral looks really interesting. You build ancient city of Caral. It is only a demo, unfortunately, but still I want to check it out because you are building stuff, and I like building stuff in games. So there's a theme in this video, if you can notice it. Next up, Bezier Games Castle of Medkig Ludwig Collector's Edition. Now this is like super expensive. It is here just because it's wishful thinking that I will get this one, but I will probably not. Still, I would very much like to create one of my videos where I compare the new edition to the old edition, because those videos work very well on my channel, and I got lots of positive comments about those videos, so I want to continue making them if I'm possible. But this one, it's just, check out this price, it's insane. Catapult Feud from Vesuvius Media and its expansions is just fun dexterity game of shooting each other's castles that you first have to build. And with my niece, I tend to play Flying Goblins from Aiolos, and she likes that one because it's dexterity. You are flipping the goblins into castle, trying to loot it, stuff like that. So this one looked like we could have a lot of fun playing, two of us, you know, shooting at each other's castle. So I wanted to get it just so I can play it with her. And next up is Artipia Games Ceres. It's only a demo. I don't know much about it. I know I like Artipia, so I wanted to check it out. So that's why it's on my list. I want to see what it is all about and if it's going to be interesting enough to me to maybe pursue it once it is available. Chronicles of Aval from Rebel Studio. So you team up and you fight together to save magical land of Aval. Again, you team up a little bit, so I'm not sure if this is like cooperative or semi-cooperative. Something tells me that this is like a semi-cooperative game. I'm really not sure, but it's a cooperative game. But do you win? No, it doesn't really matter. I'm just needlessly slowing this video time, so it will be running for too long. Either way, artwork looks really nice. Like, you probably visit those locations, you have this castle, you have your little knights, and it just looked interesting to me. Like it was eye candy, so I wanted to check it out and see if it's anything I want to bring home. Then we have Clash of Galleiformers from Toddy's Games. And this is actually a game where there are Galleiformers fighting each other. Again, this is one of those with the weird theme that I just am interested about. Even though I think I heard before about it, and I thought to myself, why would that work in a board game? But as the more I learned about it, the more I saw, the more it got to me. And now I really want to explore this game and find out more about it and see if it's something interesting. These are the guys that made another game that I reviewed on my channel. That's really cool game, and I can't remember the game of right now. Okay, so the game name is escaping me now, but check out all these games. They create some great stuff. So next up is Cleopatra. This one, you are also building enormous, gigantic, like a Cleopatra. Build the most magnificent monument to your queen, but beware the crocodile. So basically, let me show you what you do in this game, if you are not maybe aware of it. But basically, you are going to be building this huge thing. I mean, check out. The gameplay itself is to build this thing over here. I think this is like multiple parts, so you have to, like build all of them. But this is like a table presence, and you can of course paint these things. I think they come unpainted. Maybe these are just prototype copies. I'm not really sure. But I saw some painted pictures of painted miniatures. Maybe that's the super deluxe edition. I'm not sure, but I really want to paint this thing up, like, do something like this to them, like just a basic painting job, be quick about it, or maybe do something like this. This is like, some people can paint stuff like they're insane. So yeah, you are building stuff, of course, I'm automatically interested. Clever Forever is another one, Gunshot Clever, Twice So Clever, and all of those. I like those very much. I have them all somewhere around up there. And yeah, this one also piques my interest because, I don't know, it's pretty simple rule set, and you just roll dice and do with those dice different things, and it's really interesting. So it's on my radar, and we are going to see if we're going to bring it home. From Spiel, of course, and the Cleopatra was from Mojito Studios. I mean, you all see that, but I want to give credit where credit is due to the publishers, so you maybe find them easier. Combinations is a game where you transform a sandy land into forests, fields, cities, lakes, and matching facilities. Again, another building one where you build stuff. The artwork, I think it's not like something, again, breathtaking, but there's really too few pictures to clearly see, but I don't know. I think it looks okay. It looks interesting. It reads well. So these are the forests. These are the like regular grass areas. These are cities, lakes, stuff like that. So yeah, I want to check it out because you build stuff. You build cities, all kinds of as forest fields. So I want to check it out. Coral from Two Tomato Games. You can grow a coral reef together, but keep the best spots for yourself. This is, I think, one of those semi-cooperative games, like you build together, but then one player only wins. But what I like about it is, of course, custom dice. If you are for some time on this channel, you know that I really like custom dice. And I apologize, these are not the dice, these are like these shapes. I'm not sure why I said dice. Why did I thought that this was dice? It's stuff like this. It's like a patchwork thing maybe going on. I really didn't explore much of the gameplay, but just doing all this, putting your corals on different spots looks interesting. Like again, like that blocking key, it looks like a spatial 3D Tetris puzzle something, and those are the things that I really like. So next up, Osprey Games Crescent Moon, an ambitious asymmetric area control game of tense negotiations. Now, I'm super bad at negotiation, and playtime of this game is insane, so I'm a little bit scared of it, but player count is also very weird. 4 to 5 players, which is super weird, but still, we always play like 4 or 5 player games. So yeah, asymmetric thing is what is interesting to me in this one. One that will show up on the list a little bit lower has something of that also, where you negotiate trade stuff and have asymmetric powers, but we're going to talk about it when we are back to this, but we are not talking about Crescent Moon. I don't know, it's just asymmetric things and control area where you negotiate with others. Sounds like something fun. I want to check it out. Dawn on Titan, I apologize, I read it wrong, from Ion Games Design. These are the guys, if I'm not mistaken, that design like those super heavy games like BIOS and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, BIOS Megafauna. So those are games. I had one of those. I was super confident I will handle it. Like, what? It's just a rulebook, and I completely dissolved trying to read through a rulebook and decided I am just not for it. But I value what they're doing, and I think there's probably a great game behind those heavy rulebooks that unfortunately I can't access because those rulebooks defeat me every time I try to read them. But Dawn of Titan says a quick light space combat and exploration game for the whole family. They mention that's for the whole family, that's its light space combination thing going on. Its weight is 2.5 of 5, which I think I can handle. Complexity rating that high. The artwork looks interesting. I hope the card will have the same artwork. Unfortunately, there's just 3D box and nothing else. Oh, wait. Where are now these coming from? Okay, so we have some more pictures over here. Let's see how it looks. Okay, this is first time I'm seeing these. And yeah, it looks okay, but still I want to check it out because I believe these guys and girls make great games, but as I said, I'm usually defeated by the rulebooks and how heavy the games are. And I like heavy games, but those just defeat me. But this one looks, and again, you have your own personal board where you can do stuff. So it's for the whole family. I think I will bring this one for sure home, but I don't know. Next one is The Dead Eye. This is a one-player game, so it's for one player. Escape from a treacherous planet. You crash landed on a planet, you are trying to escape. It's a solo game. I'm trying to feature more of those games on my channel, so this one caught my interest because it sounded interesting. And it's strictly I can play Dawn of the Titan solo, as you can see, but this one is strictly for one player, and that's what I like, and I want to check it out. I did feature some of these games on my channel, but I want to give them more space because playing games solo, at first I was really weirded about, like it was weirding me. Why would you like to play solo? But now with a kid, and having less and less free time, but you still like board games, and occasionally you have like 1 hour of your free time, you want to maybe spend it on playing some games, and yeah, that's where these stuff come into play. So that's that. Next up is Czech Games Edition. Basically anything they throw out I will check out. They put in on the market I will check out. From Galaxy Tracker, from all kinds of different games. For the next one, the newest one in their line is Deal with the Devil. It's 4 players, strictly 4 players. That also intrigues me enough. I want to check it out. You have 4 players, 3 hidden roles, 2 opposing paths, only 1 mighty ruler. So it looks interesting. I want to check it out. Then these things are here just so I don't forget about them, because I use this list effectively when I'm there at the Spiel. I check it out, see where did I what I do, where what games did I checked out, which one did I not. My God, what's with my my tongue is all like crazy. Okay, so these are just here for me expansions for Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, the Greek promo pack and Thai promo pack. I still have to check out if I have those. I might have those, but I'm not sure. It says 2021, so there's a great chance I don't have them. So these are just so I can check them out from Jolly Tinkers. And then we have Floodgate Games Decorum. It is a game of passive-aggressive cohabitation. That's how they described it. When I talked to someone from Floodgate Games about it, it sounded really interesting when I talked with their representative, because you kind of try to decor the rooms so that everyone, like someone wants to have like I don't know, something of a green in this room, but you want to have something green in here but something blue over here, and you're trying to find the best solutions. It's like cooperative game, but you all have different goals, and it sounded really interesting, really different, so I wanted to check it out. Next up is Mandu Games, and Mandu Games I discovered on a completely on a chance. It was just a lucky coincidence. I ran into them at Essen Spiel, and they had some great games. The one I still enjoy to play with my niece, it should be somewhere up there, Kushi Express, is so fun, so much fun, and that game deserves way more better grade than it has. They also make some really nice games. I wanted to check it out. This one, Deities, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. It's about building ancient, be an ancient deity, help mankind develop and be worshipped them, and be the best. So basically, you are building stuff on a board. Again, building stuff, yeah, right. So it looks interesting. It looks very colorful, very different. It looks like you will be battling each other. So like someone will build something and you will then build on top of them, because I presume these are all player colors. I haven't explored it much. It just looked interesting, and I want to check it out and see how this works. And as I said, Mandu Games, my only chance to work with them is when they are at Essen Spiel, because sending games from Korea would be very expensive for them, and probably for me if I would have to pay import fees, all kinds of shebang, different things, doesn't matter. Next up is Redcat Games, and they have all bunch of games called the Detect Team. I'm not sure, this is like the Tech Team family, so I think these are all like all in the same universe, but playable like everyone for themselves. At least that's how I think I understood it. So this is like you're trying to deduct some stuff, that like those unlock games, deck escape games, something around those area. And it looked interesting to me. I could play it with my niece, maybe with my wife. We usually like to play unlock games together, almost exclusively. So yeah, that's why these are over here. And I think these will be coming home with me 100%, because they're really like affordable. So next up we have Dice Colony from Burro, and unfortunately this is Spanish Portuguese edition. I know there's in English rules, there are in English rules on the BGG, but I think the game is language independent, and I see dice, I'm automatically interested. And this is like, I think this is like a roll and flip and write some sort of game, dice rolling and closure map reduction. So basically, let me just open some picture so I can show you how it looks when the game is being played. yeah, see, you are probably rolling some dice, you are activating stuff, trying different things. So it looked interesting, like some roll and write game that might be very fun. So I wanted to check it out, and the artwork looks really, really nice. Next one is Dice Manor from Arcane Wonders. It's dice again, so you are building a manor using dice in some sort of way. So it's dice. I'm automatically interested. That's that. Interested. That's that. So I want to check this one out. It just showed up recently, very recently. So I haven't had a chance to check it out properly. But now I'm a little bit confused because it says the release date is 2023, but there's a price over here. Maybe they will just have demo and prices just so you know what you will be getting yourself into. The Wandering Towers, or the Vandenlinden Türme. I don't know if that's pronounced like that. Trap wizards under towers to get yours to the Raven Castle first. So it sounded fun, it sounded interesting. The artwork looks really nice, like colorful, and there's like this 3D aspect of these towers, which I really like, as you can see over here. So I really like that, and we just have to see if we are going to bring it home, because it looks really, really interesting. And I think the artwork, even though it's super cute, I think the game is very much cutthroat. So I like that when the art is cute and then the game is complete slaughter, like, you know, stuff like that. But the next one, and if you hear some yelling, I don't know what's going on downstairs. So next up is Discordia. It is from Iron Games. It's one of those Euro games that look like dry brown desert thing, even though this one has color in it, but you know what I'm trying to say. And this is, I'm not saying this to bash the game and say the game looks ugly. I like that type of artwork, even though most people will say it's ugly. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, you have some dice, you activate some stuff. It looked interesting enough for me to put it on my list and check it out at Spiel, so didn't learn much about it from that. Next up we have from the OP, we have Disneyrceress Arena expansion and the base game. This gave me like an Unmatched vibes, but in like a Disney universe, and I really want to check it out and see if it's any good. And I think it looks interesting. I think I read good things about it, and as you know, I pretty much like anything unmatched. I painted like almost all the sets so far. Some of them are still pending. I have to paint those up. And yeah, I want to check this one out. Now, this one does not have miniatures. So this one has this like an acrylic standees, which I find really nice, really cute, a little bit refreshing and different. And even if they had miniatures, you know, you can't be like, when you're painting miniatures, you want to be free with how you want to do paint job and everything. But with this one, you would probably just have to go how they usually look, you know, and all that. So, but yeah, it looks really interesting. As I said, it gave me the Unmatched vibes, so I wanted to check it out. Dwarf Romantic, das Brettspiel from Pegasus Spiel, is a game that I saw Slaven and his girlfriend playing on a computer. This is even it says over here, experience the peaceful and relaxed atmosphere of the video game on your table. So basically, it's first and foremost, it's a video game, and they now translated it into the board game. Usually it's another way around. So I don't know, it sounds interesting. I might check it out. Looks really nice, the artwork and everything. You are building stuff, you are building I don't know if we have any more pictures over here just to show you. Let's click on it, because the last time when we clicked, we got some extra pictures showing. Now it has just these two pictures. But basically, you are building these hexagonal tiles. You are probably trying to connect some things, you know, rivers, fields, and all that. So yeah. Next up from Invaders is Dracula, Walpurgis Night. And this one I like because the tagline. Just because the tagline. Bring travelers to their destination to feed the vampires. You know, usually you are always attacking the vampires. You're always trying to battle against them, and they're attacking your poor villagers and all that. And this one takes a twist on it, and now you are bringing villagers to the Dracula, and just for that reason I like it. I want to check it out. Next up is from Genius Games. It's Ecosystem, two of them, Ecosystem and Ecosystem Coral Reef. I think these are all you can be played separately, and you're trying to build the balanced ecosystem. And I like their games because I played their game Genotype. You can find the review on my channel, and that game I really like because I learned a lot actually playing the game. I learned about crossbreeding, the peas, and how it all came to be. And it's just, you know, I like when the game teaches you something, like but doesn't force you to learn something, but just teaches you something, you know. I like that. So next up, Endless Winter Paleo Americans. This one looked interesting for me from the start, from the Kickstarter when it showed up from Fantasia Games. Unfortunately, I was not able to back it on a Kickstarter or GameFound, wherever it was, but it looks so much fun and it looks so interesting that I want to check it out. I know it has Endless Winter, it has endless expansions also. If we go on expansions over here, see, there's a whole bunch of different things, and I think I want all of those, and I want to check it out. But basically you have your, of course, again, what got me the most is you have your own board with your settlements, and you know, you are putting them on a board, you are trying to like expand, and there's all kinds of different things because it's that era of time. So there's saber-tooth tigers or whatnot. And yeah, I just like when you have this like your own player board and you do something on it. I just like that. So that one is on the list for that reason. Evergreen from Horrible Guild. You are basically building your own planet. Make your planet as verdant as possible, especially in valuable biomes. And first I thought it was like some mushroom game because this cover looked to me like a mushroom for some reason. So I wanted to check it out because my father-in-law, he likes mushrooms. He has books, you know, he goes and looks about mushrooms and everything. So, and this one said this was made by the people who made the game with the trees. I can't remember its name right now. And I just wanted to check it out. It looked interesting. It has these little, as you can see, this little components, like these little trees and stumps and I don't know what's the bushes and water, and you are building this planet of yours, probably with those things you're populating it, and it just looked fun, so I wanted to check it out. Evergreen. And just a second. Oh, my battery is getting low. Okay. So next up we have Amiibo Games Evora. Evora looks I have to speed up. I think we are doing this for how long now? Oh my god, 40 minutes and we are not halfway through. Okay, so I'm going to have to speed run this one. So Evora, it is a Roman theme. As I said, I really like Roman themes and I want to check it out from Amiibo Games. Next up is WizKids with their Fantasy Realms Deluxe Edition. I had an opportunity to play the normal edition, so to say, and I wanted to check the Deluxe Edition. So, Feed the Kraken, again, another game from Funtail Games. It has some cool miniatures that I want to check out, but it's a social deduction loyal sailors game, and it's Kraken. It has Kraken, so it looked really, really interesting to me. Hyber Games. They have really cool and different, like super crazy games when we are talking about themes. So Finding Atlantis, it is German edition, so I'm not sure if I'm going to bring it home, but I just want to see what it looks like, and I want to check it out. So First Threat, I already had a pleasure to play this one from Pegasus Spiel, and I want to see if I can get my copy of the game up on there. Not sure if I really need it because Slaven has it, but still I wanted to check it out. Fish and Flip from Helvetic. It's one of those small games that looks really interesting. From Albi, again, fish tank. You are building your fish tank with the fishes. You know, you have to put different fish against near the different fishes to score you more points. Fjords just looks absolutely beautiful, the cover of it, and I wanted to check it out. From Grail Games. Next up, as I said, I'm speedrunning this one. So next up is Flamecraft from Lucky Duck Games. It's about little dragons in a magical realm. A village awakens, and artisans dragons make coffee and cakes. And I want to check it out. The dragons look really cute, and I just wanted to check it out because Lucky Duck Games usually makes great stuff. So yeah, Fly Home, another one from Helvetic. It's one of those small games that have really weird, different theme that I want to check out. Foundations of Rome from Arcane Wonders. It's an insanely expensive game for me, but again, it's one of those where I'm hopeful that I will like break my bank and buy it because have these huge Roman buildings that you are building on a board. It just look absolutely interesting, absolutely beautiful when you are done with it. With all these buildings, you are like built a real big Roman city. It just looks wonderful. So from the moon, it is craft workers, build bases, and save humanity. It's only a demo, but this artwork got me, so I want to check it out. Of course, CGE, Czech Games Edition, Galaxy Trucker, keep on trucking. Next expansion with improved artwork, improved rulebook, and everything. So yeah, I'm bringing this home to compare to the old version 100%. Again, Mandu Games, my Korean discovery. So Gang of Dice. There's dice, there's gangs. Yes, I'm interested. Gather many minions as possible to show that you are the true leader. Those minions are probably dice, so I want to check it out. The Guild of Merchant Explorers is actually on the way to me, so I will not be bringing this from Essen, but some other stuff from AEG I probably will. That is probably not on the list because I completely didn't have chance to check it out yet, but I will in one of these days. But yeah, this one is on the way to me. You will see the review of this one because it looks like super interesting. Next up is Guns or Treasure. You could see my review of it. This is just a demo. It's here so I don't forget to go and meet the fellows and talk to them a little bit about it, because I did a Kickstarter preview for their game and they were really nice to me, and I just want to meet them in the person, and that's why this is here. Hamlet from Mighty Boards is a game it looks like Carcassonne but with different shaped tiles, and that's what got me. Let me just quickly show you this one because this one is really, really interesting to me. I'm super interested in this one. And see, it shows you here there's just a few pictures, and when you click, you probably see even more pictures. See, this one is not there. See, it's like Carcassonne, but it has hex tiles, it has rhomboid stuff, it has some weird shape tiles, and I like it. I like that. It looks weird, and I like it, and I wanna explore this game. Because I think it would be a good one for me. Heat Pedal to the Metal, Days of Wonder. Another racing game, and I like racing games, so I wanted to check it out. Hercules from Mebo Games. It's a game about you trying to perform 12 labors of Hercules through the math. Usually people hate games with math. For some reason I like them, because even though I was bad at math in the school, but I don't know, the game where you need to add and subtract like Lovelace and Babbage, however it is pronounced. I apologize if I pronounced it wrongly. It is awesome game where you are trying to do as quickly as possible math, adding, subtracting stuff to hit the right numbers on the cards. If you didn't know about Lovelace and Babbage, check it out. It's an awesome game, and this one kind of reminded me of that, so I wanted to check it out. Hiroba from Funny Fox. They say when Sudoku meets abstract and modern board game. I like Sudoku. I don't do it as much these days, but still, I found it interesting that someone tried to incorporate Sudoku into board game, expand a little bit more on it, and that's something that's one of those weird ones that I want to check out. Elf Creek Games, Honey Buzz, a game of bees discovered economics. So this is no-brainer. Elf Creek Games do a great thing, so yeah. Next up, Human Punishment, The Beginning, Godot Games. I have that one at my possession. I did a Kickstarter preview for it, unboxing, all kinds of different things, because I did an unboxing for a Kickstarter game because the game was done so well that it was like a full complete thing. But yeah, I finally got the big edition. So this is like social deduction game, but times 6, 7, I don't know how many times. because it's like big, it's huge. This is not like your are you this, are you that, and you are done in 15 minutes. This is like something that you see on, but it's set up in this really cool, like a neon punk universe thing going on. And this is here because I want to say hi to these guys no matter what, because Godot Games, if you are maybe a reviewer watching this video, just know that if you ever want to work with something with somebody who's like super cool, that's them. They're real. I mean, there's lots of people there out there who are really cool, but Godot Games really, like, they're really approachable and easy to talk to. Even if you are at the fair, go stop by their booth and you will see for yourself that these are really, really great guys. So next up is Indus Dice Toy Labs. These are guys from India, if I'm not mistaken, and I want to check out their games because it looks really interesting. You are building civilization and you are doing this in a flip and right way, so you know, flip and right I like, so no brainer for me. Aiolos Infernal Wagon. Escape the mine together in less than 7 minutes. Sounds interesting enough. It looks like it's one of their smaller game boxes, and I like that. Next up from GDM Games, Insecta, the Ladies of Etymology, and I want to check this one out. It is like a sort of a self-healing thing of sorts, because I kind of have a fear of bugs. Not all of them, but like stink bugs, you know, stuff like that. I really, really hate. And when they land on me, I just can't control myself. I learn all the ninja moves to get them off me. And when I saw this game, I wanted to take it just for that reason, because some of these stuff like spiders and like, let's see, this stink bug over here. I hate even moving mouse over it. It looks weird. I think this is a stink bug. It definitely looks like one. So yeah, and I want to check it out just for that reason. Just because I don't like bugs, I want to check this one out, like to maybe heal myself a little bit. Insert Coin to Play from Little Rocket Games is a game where it looks like retro stuff going on. It's it's in a realm of these weird games that I want to check out. And yeah, Dranda Games, they will only have demo of Isle of Trains, but Dranda Games, I did work with them in the past. They have some nice games. Solar Sphere, so the other one, Solar Storm. The Solar Sphere is now coming. It's like a sequel to that game, so I want to check that one also. Joan of Arc, Orleans, Draw and Write. You know I like Orleans, and this one is Draw and Write, so I want to check that one out because I like Orleans. Just Wild is another Helvetic game. It's one of those, as I said, small games that kind of pack a lot, and I want to check it out and see how fun it is. Keep the Heroes Out. It's again another game where you have a twist on it. So you are actually playing a dragon and you are trying to chase away. Not the dragon, but you are like in a dungeon and you are trying to defend from those heroes trying to defeat you and kill you and be the heroic one. So you know you are you usually. These monsters are the oppressors, but in this one the heroes are the oppressors and you are trying to fend off of them. So of course any expansion for it I'm also interested, because the base game sounds like something really fun. Another yellow game, King of the Monster Island. Big monsters fight together to take down the boss from the Monster Island, and I want to check it out. It has all the King of Tokyo vibes that I like, so yeah. Kingdom Defenders, again, this is like a cooperative game, which sounded really interesting to me, and I wanted to check it out and see if there's something I like about it. Again, another one from Floodgate Games, Kites. This is like the game where you play with those sand timers and you need to fly your kites the best you can. Another one, Living Forest from Ludonite. It is like the game from AEG called Mystic Whale, where you have these cards and you will. I mean, it's not like you are building your cards, but in a sense that you will draw your cards until you bust or until you are done with it. And that's the mechanic that I really like in a Mystic Whale. Besides those where you build your own card with different abilities and all that. But in here you don't do that, but still you have these cards that have all kinds of icons on them. You're trying to do different things, and you're trying to stop each other, because if you see that somebody's doing something, you need to start doing that thing because you want to stop them from winning. There's multiple ways to win. I had an option to play it once, and I really enjoyed it, so I want to check it out a little bit more. Living Forest, great game. Next up is London Acropolis Railway from Spielworks, and I didn't give them like. Why is that? So, transport the dead from cholera-plagued London to the Brokewood Necropolis. It's a weird theme, it's really dark theme, and it's interesting, so I want to check it out. Luna Capital from Keep Exploring Games. Looks interesting. I want to check it out. This is like the new stuff coming up. So you build settlements on the moon, build stuff, on the moon. Building, I'm automatically interested. Mage Noir is a game for 2 players. It's like this card battle things with mages going one against another, and there's few different mages, so I want to check all of these out and see how interesting it is, because I like these 2-player games more and more. Die Baumeisters von Köln, or however it is said in English, become the greatest master builder in the medieval Cairn, and that is something I like. I mean, this is like one of those Euro games that this one even doesn't look that dry and that boring. It looks actually pretty interesting, like with really nice colors that pop, and I don't know, sounded interesting. I want to build stuff, and I want to check it out. Next up is Maui from Next Move Games. So their newest game is about placing towels in pleasing patterns on the beach. Sounds interesting, sounds different, a little bit of unique theme, and that's why I want to check it out. Next up from Devir Mazescape Kids. Okay, this is a kids version, so but I put it still on a list, so I want to check it out. But these mazescapes are like you're trying to go through these mazes, flipping book. It's really weird, but really interesting game that I want to check out. And I want to check those out. So next up is Mech a Dream. Manage time and resource to build mechanics in order to make your robot dream. Machines in order to make your robot dream. So you're building something. It's Blue Orange Games. I usually like their games very much, so I wanted to check it out. Merchants of the Dark Road from Elf Creek Games looks super interesting. So we're going to talk about that one also in the future for sure. Monasterio from Pythagoras. Monasterio, roll the dice, place workers, and build an amazing monastery. So you're rolling dice, you're placing workers. I like worker placement, I like dice, I like building monasteries, and it looks like all hues of the browns and greens, and I like it. I mean, I just love artwork like this. I don't know why people have something against it. Mountains Out of Molehills. The OP is bringing this one from USA, and the theme is super weird. You are playing moles and you are trying to make mountains, the best mountains you can, and of course the theme got me. I want to know more about it. My Shelfie from Cranio Creations. You are building your Shelfie. I'm not sure if this was Roll and Write or something like that, but it's Phil Walker Harding and Mighty Dunstan, and I like both of these guys, their designs, so I definitely wanted to check it out. Nestling is a game about compete for dominance in a thriving ecosystem in order to best serve your nestlings. And if I remember correctly, it has some dice or worker placement, something like that. Why did I caught on this one? Something on this one caught my attention, and I'm not sure what, but I want to check it out. Next up from Portal Games, another Neuroshima Hack expansion. Another army. This one is called Pirates. You will get like to use an extra rim around the board and stuff, so I definitely looking forward to this one, and pretty soon I hope you will be seeing me and Slaven going out in a season 3 of Eternal Grudge, where we are going to go in a Neuroshima Hex one against another. Next up is Nimalia from La Boy de Joux. You build the best animal sanctuary in limited space with changing objectives, building stuff and all that. It's just something that gets me every time. Oak from Game Brewer is game that I will most definitely try to bring home with me, because this one, I like worker placement, and this one has worker placement where you decide what will your workers be by putting different things on them, and like if he's a shaman or if he's something else, I'm not really sure right now, but let me show you on the images. See like this, you have normal worker, and then you put this thing on him, and then he's good at something, or if he has a bag, he's good at something, stuff like that. You personalize your workers, and I find that really interesting, and I like that, so I want to check it out. And Game Brewer makes great games, so that's like a no-brainer for me. Then we have a one-card dungeon. You are basically going through an entire dungeon that's on one card using dice. It's a solo game, so that's why it caught my eye, and it has this like a retro vibe theme, so that's only a plus in my book, because I said I want to feature more of these on my channel. Orconomics from Ares Games. You are the cutthroat economic board game for orc entrepreneurs only. It sounded just quirky and fun, and something got to me. I want to check it out. Ori Chalke from Ketchup Games is explore your island in a quest of precious Orichalcum and glory. I don't know how to read this, but it has the theme that I really like, and I wanted to check it out, and it definitely looks nice. I mean, check out this artwork, just looks beautiful. Check this out, it just looks wonderful. So that's why it got to me. Again, another Game Brewer company. I didn't learn much about this one, but I know it's a Game Brewer, so I will learn more when I'm there and see if it's something that will fit my channel. So La Boy de Joux has Perladora, and bluff, isolate your opponents, get the best pearl collection for your diverse clan. Sounded interesting. I wanted to check it out. Planet B, unfortunately, is in German, so I don't think I will be bringing this one home, but it looks super interesting, so I left it here, just maybe on a chance they have an English version of it, because I think the game has some text on it. Not much, but still, it has some, so yeah. Potion House from Blue Orange Games, another Blue Orange game, and I like Blue Orange games. So apprentices, wizards, and witches have to be as fast to recreate complex potions. Sounded interesting from what I saw, and it's a Blue Orange game, so I want to check it out. I like those guys. Artana, with their power failure, I found out that I really like, and which you will see soon, that I really like games that are like based on environment, like I don't know, where you are like this power line, next one that we're going to talk about. When the environment is incorporated in a way like you're trying to not pollute the earth so much, or you are trying to make the earth more greener, all kinds of different things. Just, I don't know, this theme is always fun for me, because it's usually built around you are building something, you are expanding something, like some green tile, something, and I just like that, so it was something that caught my attention. Powerline from Queen Games, an electric game of dice selection. It has dice in it. I'm not sure if they didn't have many pictures. I'm not sure if we have now. Ooh, we have some pictures of dice. I'm not sure how long is this one here. Okay. Ooh, I like it. I think these dice are probably here for some reason in this order, and then you use this for this and to do this. I don't know what it is all about, but I see it's like in a game about nature and trying to probably preserve it, make it more green, and I like it. Precognition from Ludanaute, however it is pronounced, is a game where you will use your powers of precognition to save what's left of humanity. It's a post-apocalyptic theme. I think it has time travel, so I'm automatically interested. I want to know more about it, and I will probably be bringing this one with me. Puerto Rico, the new version. The old one people had some trouble with it because of the theme and everything, so they redid it in a different theme. I'm not sure if they changed the rules a little bit or not, but I wanted to get it just because, as I said, I have this series of videos where I compare old to the new and all the differences in the artwork and the gameplay and everything, so I wanted to check this one out. and see maybe if I will do the video on my channel for it. Another racing game, Race Formula 90 second edition. I'm not sure if this is like those Formula D, then I don't know if it's connected to that, but it's a racing game and I want to check it out because I like racing games. Rainforest is game, it's from Funny Fox. It's players create a jungle environment and reintroduce iconic species. And I wanted to check it out because I found that these games where you are building like forests and nature games are really something that gets to me every time. And I have to answer the phone, so we are going to stop for a little bit. And we are back after the live happened. So yeah, I had to do some stuff, but we are back. So yeah, next up is the Red Cathedral Contractors. I really like Red Cathedral. I still haven't reviewed it on the channel, so spoiler alert, I love it, but it's on my list to review it, and I'm interested in this expansion. So yeah, next up, Resist, Salt and Pepper game from Salt and Pepper Games. It is again one of those solo games where you are playing resistance fighters as they try to take back their homeland, and it sounded interesting. It looks really nice. Let me just show you a little bit of artwork, and I like it. It's a solo game. I'm thinking about as I said, I want to introduce more solo games on my channel, and artwork look interesting. I believe the gameplay that I saw a little bit of it, and it looked like something that I would definitely like. So I think this one is coming with me 100%. But if any games is coming with me home 100%, and that is Revive. The cover doesn't say it that much because first thing you see is like clear blue skies and these flowers, so you are thinking, oh, this is some like earth flowery game about flowers or reviving the flowers, whatever. But it's actually revive civilization 5,000 years after the fall of humankind. It's like a post-apocalyptic thing going on, and Aporta Games does some really, really great games, and this one was no-brainer for me. I knew I wanted from the moment I saw it. Rhone Invasion is just here because I want to go and say hi to the designer and the owner of the Galleiformers, that I can't pronounce this. Stefan, he's a really great guy, and I already reviewed Rivion and this Rhone, and this one, Rhone Invasion. I did a Kickstarter preview that you can see on my channel. Go check out this game. I learned about this game in 2018. It's finally ready. This is going to be, of course, demo, but go check out, if you are going to Essen, check out this game. It's really, really fun. So next up is Sanosuchi from Fractal Juegos. And create a palace garden and move the nobles into the garden along the paths you make. I like this. Making paths, building gardens, building stuff, building paths, moving them like a Karuba style, probably something like that. It's interesting, so I want to check it out. Again, this one is demo, but while I'm there, picking up Astra, which I will definitely pick up and bring home with me. Another Mind Clash game, Septima. I want to check it out, see a little bit what it's all about, and if it's going to be anything interesting to me. Next one is Set a Watch from Rock Manor Games. It's a fight, it's like I think a cooperative, yeah. Fight to keep your party alive, and darkness brings death and destruction. As darkness brings death and destruction. So it's a cooperative game. It looked interesting. I like the artwork and all that, so I wanted to check it out a little bit more. The Shadow Planet, the board game. A sci-fi board game of paranoia, horror, and strategy. That's what got me with this one. The tagline is something that really speaks to me. I like these games where you are stranded on a planet, you are trying to survive, somebody's after you. I just like these things. And as I said, other AEG games, I did have some time to check some of these out, but this one I haven't still checked out, but I like the designer, Mats Flow. I did review his first game, and it was really fun, like this roll and write game. So this is only a demo, but I still want to check it out. Shake That City looked really interesting with some different unique things going on, and you shake out the patterns of cubes and use them to build the best city block. And it's like this, from that game where you are racing with the camels, Camel Up. And It has a mechanic that really resembles that one, like to putting cubes over. It's really interesting. Ship Ahoy. This one looks sink enemy ships with your cannon. Again, as I said, like those Catapult Feud. I like this one to maybe play with the niece, maybe with my kid when he's a little bit older, but we'll have to see that. So next up, one that I already said that we are going to talk about. This is a expansion for Sidereal Confluence, which is really awesome game, which I don't have, but I had a pleasure to play. This is a second edition, so I'm hoping that they also brought the base game with the expansion because I want to check it out. This game is really chaotic trading and everyone has different things that they do. It's just so much fun and I like it. Sky Mines, it just looked interesting. Deep print games. Again, mine the moon and invest in promising companies to make yourself a fortune. That's something that speaks to me almost like it's like this tagline is made for me. A lot of those are actually. So next one from Ludi Creations. So You've Been Eaten is a game that plays. I think this one the BGG can't show that, but this game plays from 0 to 2 players. Basically, this game can play itself, sort of. You still need to move parts, but you can. So you are. One of you is beast that's trying to devour this explorer guy. This explorer guy is going into the belly of the beast trying to collect crystals or something. And you have very different things that you do on your boards. And that's something that I really, really like. When you play completely different things in the same game, it's just awesome. Again, Dranda Games that I mentioned, Solar Sphere, is something that caught my attention because I did a review for Solar Storm. Again, that's really fun, really, really great game. And this one like a spiritual sequel that I wanted to check it out, so it's here on the list. Spacecraft, you are gathering scraps and you are building rocket, again, building things. It's thing of mine. That what can I do? I just like building stuff in games, so yeah. Space Kraken, this one is mildly interesting to me. So it is like a game that I would probably like to play solo. Join our space crew and hunt down the Space Kraken, but it is more set up like in this RPG style. So I'm not really sure, but I want to check it out and see if that's something for me. Probably not, but I like these like Krakens in space thing. It's really weird with this neon looking thing going on. Starship Captains. This is very much like a Star Trek game with the cutie artwork from Czech Games edition. And I mean, if this is not like the Enterprise or something along those lines, what is? And they have these little cute little miniatures I want to paint up in colors of those different uniforms and all that from the game. You know, I don't know. It's CG. It looks interesting. And so you command your crew, become the starship captain, best starship captain in the galaxy. It just sounds something that I would have a lot of fun with, and I want to check it out because it's CG. Also, Game Brewer again with Stroganov. Game looks really interesting just from the artwork. It sounded fun. It's Game Brewer. I want to check it out. I haven't had time to explore a little bit more about it. I know it's from 2021, so everyone heard everything about it, but I still haven't. So yeah. Terra Nova is like from Capstone Games, is like a kid's version of Terra Mystica. And I want to check it out because lots of time I want to play Terra Mystica, but people are usually not tend to like it because it has a lot going on. And if this one plays the same, but it's like more like user friendly, so to say, what's not to like about it? I like Terra Mystica very much. So Terracotta Army and Tiletum from Board and Dice, that's another of their T games. I want to check these two out because they sounded really, really interesting. Time Capsules from Redcat Games. This one got me. The artwork got me. And this is like a futuristic gold rush, but don't lose yourself in a space-time fabric. So it has some, I think, space-time thing going on in a sense of like time travel maybe or something. So I want to check it out. Tindaya from Red Mojo. Please the gods, dare to survive. I think this one drew me in from something I saw on the pictures. Yeah. When I saw the artwork, when I saw these things going on, I know, like little meeples running around, maybe skipping islands, doing stuff. It just looks something like I would be very much interested in. You have these like boards. I don't know if these are your personal boards or everyone use these, or maybe these are your like personal boards. I don't know. It just looks, it has like ton of moving parts, and I kind of like that from time to time. So Tiwanaku from Sit Down does great games. So this one caught my eye just from the artwork. I still have to explore a little bit more about it. And next one, Helvetic. We are very close to the end. Just fight. We are here just a little bit more. So Toko Island is another one from Helvetic. Those little small games that I want to check out. So you're exploring islands with your friends and fight to get. You need to find 10 treasures to win. Cooperative thing going on, so I like it. Town 66 is Oink Games. Oink Games usually do these little small games that I really like. A few of them are really cool, and this one is about building Town 66. I mean, building houses for selfish citizens and empty your hand of house plans. It's just building houses with all kinds of different shaped roofs. It sounded really interesting, and I wanted to check it out because I like building stuff. And I'm repeating myself over and over again, but what can you do? Treasures of Nagbe from Mandu Games. Again, Mandu Games. These guys make great stuff. I want to check this one out because you roll a dice, forget treasure, or run away from old god. Whatever happens, you are rolling some dice, and I like that. Tribes of the Wind from La Boy de Joux. This one is solely interesting to me because it's a Vincent Dutre art, and you use the back of your opponent's cards to play your actions in the best possible way, and that's something I haven't really seen that all that much in a game. So that's the one that also, that's why it got my interest. But as I said, when I saw this artwork and this just looked very interesting. Trinidad is one of those games. New city is being built again. It says here again, but I mean again, I'm talking about building cities. And if I'm not mistaken, this is one of those with brown hues and everything going on. But it has like this 3D aspect of houses building over here. So that's what got my attention. But the price is 150 euros. And that's something that I think I'm not able to afford, but we'll have to see. Next one is Turing Machine, which looked really interesting. It had its premiere at USA, and everyone said good things about it, so it automatically jumped on my list. But I saw it, I know a little bit about the Turing and all of that. So yeah, I'm very interested in this one to see how it works, because it says crack codes using a real analog computer, and I like games where you need to crack codes, you know. Stuff like that. So the two hares from Albi, again, we have more than a few Albi games over here, is another one of these games where you are using tiles to build your like a city kingdom thing. You need to follow these roads, you know. It looks a little bit brownish and greenish and grayish, and I like it. I like how it looks. Next up from Osprey Games, Undaunted Stalingrad. I played one Undaunted, I think the first one, and I haven't been able to get all the others, but I will definitely get them because I really enjoy Undaunted series of games. It's super easy to play, super easy to understand, and it's so much fun. So yeah, Mighty Boards with Vengeance Roll and Fight. This looks really interesting to me just from the artwork, not the artwork of the box, but artwork from the game. And the way it works, this is like a roll and write, but you all do it in the same way. I think it's really like hectic game, and something that I kind of like. Next up, Lucrum Games Venturesome. Venturesome is gather adventurers and ruthlessly outwit your rivals. Are you venturesome enough? We'll have to see. But it has these Indiana Jones vibes, and I haven't played games that are set up in those like in that setting much. So I wanted to check it out just for the. It gave me like Indiana Jones vibes. Verdant is another game from AEG where you collect and care for houseplants, and it's one of those weird themes that I just want to check out. Again, Mind Clash games while I'm there. I want to see what the Void Foil is all about. Unfortunately, I spent all my money on their previous games on this on Perseverance. So this one was, I think, right after it, and I was just, it's David Turczi, but I just couldn't afford it. So yeah. But I will definitely check out because I think it's a really cool game. The Warp Jumping Turtle Games, it's only a demo, but alien races to compete for power on a forsaken planet. I think something from the artwork looked interesting to me that I wanted to check out. Oh yeah, I saw this. I think this picture. Yeah, I saw this and I was like, ooh, it looks like an Twilight Imperium, but maybe with, I don't know. It looked just like a lot of things going on and it looked interesting, so I wanted to check it out, see. It's only a demo, of course, but I wanted to see if something worthwhile. Whitehead from Dragon Dawn Productions. It's a game about hackers, and I think I never played any game where hackers are the main theme, so that's why I wanted to check this one out, and it can play solo, so I can play it on my channel, you know. Pandasaurus Games with the wolves. Like this is like a area control thing going on, and it spoke to me in that way because I like those things. Wonderwoods, this game is about mushrooms, and as I said, my father-in-law likes mushrooms, so I don't know, maybe I can get him to play this one, but the theme is really interesting and it's Blue-Orange Games, so that's automatically one interest for me. Woodcraft, another game from Delicious Games, so these guys, from so far every game they released I really like, so I don't doubt that I will like this one, and it's about dice and crafting dice. I'm not really sure, or maybe like making them do better stuff, whatever. It's Delicious Games, it's dice, it's customizing them in a sort of some way, so I want to check it out. Wormholes from AEG again. So you're connecting galaxies through wormholes, but at a time, and keep your passengers moving. Not really sure what it is about. I still haven't been able to learn more about it, but I know I like it because it's AEG. Those guys rarely miss for me, so it's a space theme. I think this one might be for me. Write the Future is create your own thriving criminal neon empire with pen and paper. And this one is from All or None Games, a highly underrated game publisher because they have really cool games and you need to check these guys out. And Write the Future definitely looked interesting, so I think I'm bringing this one with me. And the last one, because we are going in the alphabetical order, which I realized just now, is Wutaki from Hodari Spiel. This one, just artwork looked really interesting to me, and it says save the world of Wutaki while backstabbing your opponents and having a blast. Are we going to have a blast in a backstabbing? I'm not really sure, but the artwork from the main box, and I think from the cards, from the board, it just looked really weird, really interesting. Like you see this thing over here, it's like super weird, it has many eyes, like I don't know, the artwork is really weird, but I really like it, so yeah. That is basically that's that. We are into it. We did this for how long? There was like 40 minutes, then a little break, then 70 minutes. That's like an hour of me rambling about Essen Spiel games, and there's a bunch more games that I'm interested in, but I just needed to talk about these selected few. But Essen has so much new games coming out that constantly there's new thing coming. Like, ooh, this looks good. Ooh, this looks good. But I really didn't know a squat about those games, so I didn't want to put them on a list. Not that they don't deserve, it's just that I didn't have time. And Essen is about like 10 days, so everything from now on is me just preparing. Be sure to pay for everything so we don't lose spot in our rooms where we are staying. The cars need to be bought, the van needs to be rented. We need to calculate all the costs of the fuel and everything, the entrances, oh my god, so many different things to do. Lots of those things we already did, but you know, there's always work to do. So yeah, that is my Essen Spiel 2022 list. I hope you saw something new that piqued your interest, and yeah, that is that. Thank you all for watching, thank you for subscribing, and if you are at Essen Spiel and if you see me, please, even though we are all going to be wearing masks, but I will probably make myself a hat with my logo on it, so you will probably see me, recognize me like that, so do say hi. I will not bite you, I promise. So yeah, it's always great to meet somebody who follows your channel. It's always a rewarding opportunity to talk to you. So yeah, thank you all for watching, thank you for subscribing. Do consider supporting me on Patreon over there, because you can see some of these stuff in advance. And yeah, that is that. Thank you all, and see you at Spiel. Pozdrav.